In the hazy glow of nostalgia, the tendrils of time curl back to that moment when you first stumbled upon it, the 1959 TV series, The Rebel. Do you remember that initial encounter? The curiosity that flickered in your eyes as you gazed upon the screen, unknowingly embarking on a journey that would intertwine with your memories forever. Perhaps it was the dusty charm of the Old West that drew you in, or the enigmatic charisma of Nick Adams as Johnny Yuma that left an indelible mark on your soul. Ah, those memorable moments, the ones that painted the landscape of your mind with hues of excitement and wonder. Was it the resounding echo of Johnny's defiant words against injustice that resonated with the rebellious spirit within you? Or the way the theme music swelled, intertwining with your heartbeat as he rode through those rugged landscapes, a lone figure challenging the norms of his time? These are the fragments of recollections that shape the tapestry of our appreciation for such classics. But let's not dwell solely in the realm of memory. Let's uncover the hidden gems, the intricate threads that weave together the story of The Rebel. Did you know that the show's creation was inspired by the real-life journals of a Confederate soldier? The echoes of history thus found their way into the fictional world, crafting a richer narrative. And as we journey deeper, we'll unearth more such treasures that illuminate the show's journey from script to screen. So, my fellow seeker of tales, let's rekindle the flame of curiosity and dive into the lesser-known anecdotes, the threads that bind The Rebel to its moment in time. Let's unearth the unexpected, the trivia that lends a new layer of appreciation to the series that once captured our hearts. Are you ready to embrace the past and the present as we traverse the terrain of television history? The Rebel, a television series that aired in 1959, emerged as a notable cultural touchstone with its origins rooted in the Western genre. The show introduced audiences to the iconic character Johnny Yuma, portrayed by Nick Adams, a young Confederate veteran who rejects his past and roams the post-Civil War American West in search of personal redemption. The series stood out for its departure from the traditional cowboy hero archetype, instead presenting a complex and introspective protagonist. The show's unique style blended elements of classic Western storytelling with a character-driven narrative, exploring themes of alienation, justice, and personal growth. By featuring a conflicted hero striving to find his place in a changing world, The Rebel carved its distinct path within the genre. The Rebel left an indelible impact on popular culture by challenging conventions and redefining the Western landscape. It ushered in a new era of television storytelling by delving into deeper psychological explorations of its characters, a departure from the formulaic Westerns of the time. This shift influenced subsequent TV shows and films, encouraging more nuanced character development within the Western genre. Delving into random facts about the show, it's worth noting that The Rebel marked a significant step in Nick Adams' career, boosting his visibility and contributing to his legacy in Hollywood. Additionally, the series' theme song, The Rebel, Johnny Yuma, performed by Johnny Cash, became an iconic anthem that resonated with the show's themes of independence and nonconformity. In conclusion, The Rebel stands as a pivotal 1959 TV series that defied norms, propelled Nick Adams into the spotlight, and redefined the Western genre's storytelling approach. Its legacy is etched in its exploration of complex characters and themes, leaving an enduring mark on television history. Nick Adams' accent choices defied expectations in The Rebel in the landscape of 1950s television, where authenticity often walked hand in hand with regional identity. Nick Adams' portrayal of a former Confederate soldier in The Rebel made an intriguing departure. While his character, Johnny Yuma, bore the historical burden of a Southern past, Adams himself clung to a distinctive Pennsylvania accent, never making a nod toward the drawl of Dixie. The series, which premiered in 1959, marked a departure from conventional casting expectations. Adams, known for his prominent Pennsylvania accent, made no effort to adopt a Southern lilt. This artistic choice, surprising for its audacity, was a calculated defiance of the norm. Adams' refusal to bow to the pressures of a fabricated accent, in a role that might easily have demanded it, stands as a testament to the complexities of his craft. The Rebel, a show that followed the adventures of a roving Confederate veteran, Johnny Yuma, sought to paint a nuanced portrait of post-war turmoil. While Adams' interpretation brought a tangible authenticity to his character, it also underscored the fluidity of identity in a young nation grappling with its past. Critics debated whether this linguistic divergence deepened or detracted from the character's integrity, sparking conversations about the intersections of historical accuracy and individual expression. Interestingly, the divergent choices extended beyond the set. The iconic theme song of The Rebel was delivered by none other than Johnny Cash. Adams, aiming to secure his close friend Elvis Presley for the musical introduction, found his preference at odds with the producer's vision. Cash's gravelly tones, weaving a story of rebellion and reflection, set the series' tone in harmony with Adams' unconventional portrayal. Intriguingly, Johnny Yuma was initially scripted for Steve McQueen, a name synonymous with rugged on-screen personas. McQueen's refusal of the role paved the way for Adams to step into the character's boots. This twist of fate propelled Adams into the annals of television history, creating a departure from expectations that would ripple through the show's entire narrative arc. As the credits rolled on each episode of The Rebel, audiences were confronted with a tapestry of contrasts, a Pennsylvania accent wrapped in a Southern narrative, an Elvis wish denied in favor of a Cash melody, and a character conceived for one actor ultimately inhabited by another. In Adams' choices, the show found its own kind of rebellion, challenging conventions, and embracing the nuanced truth of human expression. Nick Adams' unconventional accent in The Rebel ignites curiosity in the grand tapestry of 1950s television. The Rebel stood as an embodiment of the era's intrigue with the Untamed West. Amidst its rugged narratives and dusty landscapes, one detail remained particularly striking: the enigmatic speech of its lead, Nick Adams. Cast as a former Confederate soldier on a path of righteous descent, Adams defied convention by never adopting a Southern drawl. Notably, the actor, hailing from Pennsylvania, neither attempted to suppress nor modify his distinct regional intonation. Critics and fans alike found themselves intrigued by this linguistic anomaly, questioning the audacious choice to disregard the character's origin. The dichotomy between character and actor offered an intriguing layer to the show's dynamics, with Adams' resolute northern timbre adding an unexpected layer of complexity to his portrayal. It was an unorthodox decision that could have risked alienating audiences, yet ultimately played into the show's unique narrative fabric. While Adams' vocal choice ignited curiosity, it's worth noting that the casting itself was steeped in alternate possibilities. Originally conceived with Steve McQueen in mind, the role of Johnny Yuma was destined for a different interpretation. However, McQueen's refusal to don the mantle paved the way for Adams to claim the part, forever changing the trajectory of his career. And then there was the tantalizing symphony of voices surrounding the show's theme song. Nick Adams, keen to incorporate his friend Elvis Presley's resonant vocals, found himself at odds with the producers who leaned towards the baritone magic of Johnny Cash. The melodic crossroads exemplified the series' essence, a clash of individual desires within a larger creative vision. As the decades rolled on, The Rebel retained its allure, inextricably tied to Nick Adams' intonation, Steve McQueen's alternate path, and the dulcet tones of Johnny Cash. A convergence of fate, ambition, and sonic tapestries, the series proved that even in the sprawling expanse of the Wild West, the most captivating stories can be found in the subtleties of human expression. Johnny Cash's resounding ballad, The Rebel's iconic theme song, and the tumultuous landscape of late 1950s television, where the Western genre reigned supreme. One show emerged with a distinctive musical legacy, The Rebel. Premiering in 1959, this series followed the adventures of Johnny Yuma, a former Confederate soldier on a quest for justice in the post-Civil War South. Yet, it wasn't just the rugged landscapes and daring escapades that set The Rebel apart. It was its haunting theme song, belted out by none other than Johnny Cash. The tale of how Cash came to sing this iconic theme tune is a twist of fate itself. Nick Adams, the lead actor in The Rebel, was keen on his close friend Elvis Presley lending his voice to the show's musical intro. However, the producers had other ideas. While Adams vouched for the king of rock and roll, the allure of Johnny Cash's deep, resonant voice and his undeniable connection to the outlaw spirit prevailed. It wasn't just the song that resonated with audiences, it was the embodiment of Johnny Yuma by Nick Adams. An intriguing facet of Adams' portrayal was his steadfast refusal to adopt a Southern accent, despite playing a former Confederate soldier. His natural Pennsylvania accent remained, creating an arresting dissonance that oddly suited the character's unique journey through the war-ravaged South. This audacious choice, or perhaps lack thereof, encapsulated the essence of The Rebel. In a time when television was teeming with formulaic portrayals, Adams' commitment to his own speech pattern inadvertently added authenticity and depth to the show. His defiance of convention resonated in much the same way as Johnny Yuba's quest against injustice. Interestingly, the role of Johnny Yuba wasn't initially intended for Nick Adams. The part was conceived with Steve McQueen in mind, yet the star turned it down. The torch was then passed to Adams, who embodied the character in his own compelling way, leaving an indelible mark on television history. As we reflect on the legacy of The Rebel, it's clear that it was a series unafraid to challenge norms. From its unexpectedly perfect theme song delivered by Johnny Cash to Nick Adams' distinctive portrayal that defied accents and expectations, this show offered a unique brand of rebellion, one that transcended the screen. So the next time you hear that haunting melody and watch Johnny Yuma stride across the screen, remember that The Rebel wasn't just a Western. It was a symphony of individuality and defiance, harmonized by the unlikely fusion of talents that made it a timeless classic. As we draw the final curtain on our journey through the captivating realm of The Rebel, let the echoes of its rebellious spirit continue to resonate within you. Just as Johnny Yuma roamed the untamed landscapes, it's an invitation to traverse the landscapes of your own memories. What emotions did the show stir in you? Did it ignite a fire of youthful defiance or perhaps evoke a sense of longing for adventure? As the closing credits roll, take a moment to unlock those hidden chambers where your personal connection to the series lies. Whether you followed Johnny's escapades with bated breath or found solace in his unwavering quest for justice, your perspective is a unique piece of the grand tapestry this show wove. Like brushstrokes on a canvas, your memories add vibrant hues to this timeless story. Now, it's your turn to be the rebel against silence. Share your treasured moments, fond recollections, or contemplative thoughts about The Rebel. Let your voice resonate in the chorus of all those who found a piece of themselves within the enigmatic allure of Johnny Yuma's world. Thank you for accompanying us on this retrospective journey through time and memory. Your interest and time are deeply appreciated. Until we cross paths again, remember that the spirit of rebellion lives on, waiting to be rediscovered within the pages of history and the landscapes of your heart. Warmly, your name.